we last left our party, they were in this exact same ship, and it looked just like this, and it wasn't over here, or anything like that. It wasn't blue, it was over here. Okay, now that we've got that over the way. And Z had just... okay, what happened is there's about a 6.5 hour break in between our last session to this one. And Z had...
They don't know that I went places.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Z translated away for a private session for 6 hours. Did a bunch of stuff, which I'm not going to share because she gets to share that in character. And she has just translated back to her ship. And on her way up to the ship, she noticed that her room suddenly has a space where the crystals used to be, for someone to be able to enter. And she's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But, you know...
It's even like Lugian sized and
yeah,
troll sized, so like any of the crew could get in it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a new feature, not sure when that was installed. But anyways...
I'm gonna have to go thank the quartermaster.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how I did it. It looks so natural.
She has just gotten back. Let me move a couple things just so I have my notes available. And I guess that's where I go silent and let you guys do things.
So, I'm going to marvel over my room for a little bit, and then I'm going to go looking for Guido, because we have a new heading. So,
okay.
Tunk, 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 tunk. Captain, Captain Guido-san!
If I can back up just a little bit here.
Okay.
I am going to approach Snarg and ask if I can borrow his pen of flowery words.
All right. You can have it if you want it.
So, I'm going to use the pen and draft up. I'm going to post a link into the IM here.
So for those of you wondering what the hell this is something Guido threw together, which is actually pretty awesome here. And I know that's all you can see at the moment. Hang on. There we go. For those of you who can't read this, I'm going to go ahead and read this unless Guido wants to.
No, Guido's going to do it.
Okay, Guido, go ahead.
Very well. To all that shall hear, bear witness. Greetings. Know ye that having demonstrated the skills, aptitude, and desire to perform such tasks that fall within its scope, I do appoint Erg of Seraph to the position of Executive Officer, responsible in the absence of her captain and master for all things pertaining to this ship and her crew, and in the absence of said officers, able to authorize and make binding decisions with the voice of her captain, and to prevent this ship's complement with a model for emulation and inspiration aboard the free ship, the Maiden's Deceit, to uphold the honor and reputation of this ship and her crew, given under my hand this day, April 17th of the year 348, Captain Guido St. Clair, commanding.
And I'd just like to say that that is super awesome. I love that. I'm going to give you that extra bonus piece of loot I've been holding on to for you for a while. Not yet. You'll get it.
Cool.
For those of you at home not knowing, I actually keep a list of loot that I think would be cool for a player to have, and if they do something cool, I just arrange it to get to them.
Is that kind of like my scythe?
Yeah, actually.
When I agreed to let you obliterate me?
Someone had to die. Well, that's actually not true, but you made it clear that you were going to provoke him, and that meant you were going to die.
No. I went to you and I said it would be really cool if I got to reveal this thing about Z that I've been hiding forever.
Yeah. The fact that you're an elemental.
Garland fight.
So, Erg has been promoted, and now there's this awesome little picture, which is notated in the log. And that's super cool. I love that. Love the watermark, too. Is that a prefab, or did you put that together?
So I used PowerPoint and found a
all the points go away. All the buttons, that's all gone. You've lost everything. That's worse than Photoshop.
That's all I had.
Anyways.
It's okay. Normally when I'm doing stuff like this, I have to do it in Paint because I can't.
I would prefer Paint to
Hey, I use Google Paint, though.
PowerPoint.
Because I can get the extra scripts.
Okay, in fairness, I hate PowerPoint because that was my job for like 6 months back when I was a graphics designer. God, I hate PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah.
That crap. Anyways, so the proclamation is read aloud by, well, Guido, actually, on the bridge.
And then 6 hours happens. And
then 6 hours happens. And then
Perfect.
Z translates back. And the ship, and nothing's happened in the 6 hours. I already did some rolls off camera. Well, I didn't get my dice out. And, you are fine. You didn't run into 4 frigates or anything like that. Not that there's 4 frigates out here patrolling for you.
We knew there were 4 frigates.
Yeah, I know. Actually, you know what? That's a good point. Nope, okay. Nothing happens at all. Totally ignorant of everything.
Okay, so I come back. I marvel at my room, and I'm gonna. The first thing I'm gonna do is go find the quartermaster.
That, do you know his name?
Guido, what'd you do with that thing that you linked us?
He hid it.
I linked it.
Yeah.
It would actually be the bosun that you'd be going and thanking.
Yeah, that is correct.
Why would it be the bosun?
The bosun is the one who actually does stuff. The quartermaster
Well, yeah, but I
just
asked the
got the
quartermaster
materials.
to do it.
Uh,
I went to the quartermaster and I said I would like you to range, so I need to thank both of them.
I suppose that is ignorant. Wow, indicative of Z's lack of knowledge.
No, Z's worked on a ship before,
Right.
so she actually has a lot, but she would want to thank both because she went to the quartermaster first to talk to him about it, and then they pulled the bosun in to do it.
If it's helpful, I also put in that document a description of the quartermaster's responsibilities and a description of the bosun's responsibilities. So
Where the heck did made the print tiny? I have to get over here.
Yeah, admittedly, I was thinking about doing something like that too. It's really awesome that you did, Guido, because I didn't have a chance to. And Lord knows most people don't know what the hell a bosun is.
it's true.
I actually remember...
You are correct, though. I would never have gone to the quartermaster. Sorry. I personally don't know enough about it.
Z
would.
does. Z would have been like, hey, quartermaster.
So I'm going to go find the bosun. And thank him.
The bosun is very thankful.
And has no clue what the heck I'm talking about because she
No,
didn't do anything.
she's amiable. She's amiable. She's still kind of young, though. So she reacts with enthusiasm when the master of the ship comes down.
It's just,
Oh,
thank you for
milady.
fixing my room.
Milady, yes, your room. I didn't do anything with your room.
Well, who'd you send to go do it?
I did not get around to it yet, milady. I was going to wait until we next put into port.
Well, then don't worry about it. The issue has resolved itself. Would you like to come see?
No, thank you, ma'am. I'm very busy. However, if you'd like a Canada Dry, I can offer you one.
That's okay. I'll pass.
She forces it down your throat.
Uh.
Glug, 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 glug. Okay, it's gone.
I am now going to go find Guido and tell him that we need to change heading.
Okay. 9 minutes in, we've caught back up to the 0 point.
Guido! Captain, my captain, Guido-san.
Ah, right, where's the map?
Zerial?
We need to go to Alaret. I have to go
Alaret.
pick up someone.
No one can say that except me. Say it.
Okay.
Alaret.
Al-Irat.
That's not how you say it half the
Al-Irat.
time.
That is probably true.
Just call all right.
We need to go to Alright.
Where?
Alaret. Guido.
Okay. Yes.
He's looking up
I
names.
was pulling up the map.
Oh, he's looking at the map. Al-Irat is where your adventure started.
Let's see. We were at the Spatial Temple, which...
It's pretty much north of the temple. North and a little bit east. What did I send you there for, sis? Do you remember?
To go get somebody.
No, I know. I'm trying to remember why that was important, because there wasn't a reason that was important.
You never told me. You just told me I was going to pick up the messenger. And you also told me that I would have to walk, and it would take me days to walk, and that it would be faster to take the ship.
That's right. I remember who he is now. Right. I should look something up while I'm thinking about it.
Because I was just going to stay and wait. But Z wanted to help.
Z is very helpful. Apparently. I like this new Elemental Z. She's much less evil than the previous one.
I wasn't evil.
Z, I want you to make a note or write this down somewhere, because I'm not going to.
What am I making a note about?
You're kobold.
Let me get my book.
Mm-hmm.
I need my book.
Get it?
What color was I writing on in my book?
I don't
Blue.
know.
I need my blue pen.
Obviously, he is of the Dragonflayer clan.
Wait. What's his name?
I'm still figuring that part out. There he is.
Well, that's the first thing I need is his name.
Z-E-P.
Hold on. Z-E-P
T-E-K. Zeptek.
of Dragon Slayer.
Flare. Or is it Slayer? Let me double check. It is Flare. I am correct.
F-L-A-Y-E-R.
Yarr.
Okay, what is his age?
Right. He's a youngin', isn't he?
Yep.
So let's go ahead and put him at 28.
How do you spell kobold?
K-O-B-O-L-D.
He is male.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a little bit of a red birthmark on his snout. It's very distinctive.
He does not have a ship position.
Nope. Because he has nothing to do with you as of this moment. I really like this.
Personality.
Ooh, you don't know yet, do you?
Yes, I do. I've met him.
Oh, that's right. He is a little bit. I'm trying to think of the word. This is something I see in animes a lot. Someone who is like eager and happy and definitely wants to help, but they kind of overextend themselves because they don't have an understanding of their own peril or what their limitations are.
I don't remember what that's called.
In D&D terms, I would call it decent int, low whiz.
Oh, doesn't help me.
Foolhardy?
Yeah, not really foolhardy, so much as not cognizant of difficulties.
Young and eager.
Yeah, just put young and eager.
What
So-
else?
That's it. That's all I got for you.
Fuck you.
Ouch. What is Snarg doing this 6 hours?
Well, he's probably going to get a surprise when we arrive and they're suddenly in Alarat instead of Alja Lima.
Well, I was going to say, are you just sleeping? I mean, this is overnight, by the way. It's 2 in the morning right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, he thinks we're on the way to Alja Lima, so...
Okay. So Snarg is sleeping in his quarters. Tongue doing the thing.
Professional history.
He's actually a scout. Real easy. He's always been a scout for the Dragon Flayers.
So where are we currently?
Well, at this point in time, after 6 hours, you would be just about at Alarat.
And he's going to be an agent, right?
Oh.
That's what we decided?
That's up to you.
I'm pretty sure that's what we decided, because I was going to send him in to infiltrate things to collect raw data. That
Admittedly,
was agent, right?
I don't remember, to be totally honest.
But that is what an agent is, right?
Yes?
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, you're actually not too far from Alarat right now. You're basically just started heading east to make your way towards straight... well, it's not east, it's east-northeast, but you get the idea, to hit Alja Lima. Now, when you arrive in Alarat, because I'm just going to fast forward unless you guys have something you're going to share or do.
Well, I mean, Guido hasn't ever responded to saying that we're changing heading.
I was
Or asking
trying to figure
why.
out.
Mr.
I was trying to-
Malmsteen.
I was trying to figure out where we were to give a new heading,
Ah,
but apparently I didn't need to. So,
it's right there.
right, we're already. Okay.
Blink.
You're actually basically in visual range of it right now. I mean, if you picture an airplane view and you can see the tiny little speck of the town over there. So you zip over it. Now, you can't actually land around here. The desert dunes are too... So you don't
How do
actually
we
have...
get down?
That's a good question. You don't have anything like that yet. Now, you have a way to get down, and Snarg has a way to get down.
I say, a question. Why are we here?
Are you awake?
He just
Yeah, I
woke
walk up at it, and they're like, okay, we need to get down. And I say, I thought there was a dock. Like, no, there's not a dock in Alarat. Why are we here?
We're here to pick somebody up.
Who
Here,
are we
have some
picking up?
eggs and bacon.
Hey, hang on, who are we picking up?
What's his name?
Right, I actually had that. Bob.
We're here to pick up Bob.
All right, well, who is Bob?
Some guy Slavina asked me to pick up.
Gandranda. actually.
Okay.
Here to pick up Gondranda Bob.
He is of the Hakari tribe.
Right.
Tribe, I mean clan.
Well, is he going to meet us here?
Yeah, he's here. I just need to go down and get him.
Well, I think he could find us.
Yeah, it's really obvious.
He
This
doesn't
is
know
big
we're
old
coming.
airship. It's kind of hovering here.
Wait, this sounds a lot like a kidnapping.
Go back to bed.
No.
Are you on the bridge having this conversation?
I don't know. Where
I
are
don't
we
know,
at?
wherever we would meet. He just offered me some eggs, so it's the galley.
Okay, you're in the galley, which means... Where is she? Where's your damn ship? There it is. Blucklog, a young mosswort male, kind of leans over the thing and says,
Are we kidnapping people now? Have we become pirates? Is that what we're
No,
doing?
we're not pirates. Slovena asked me to go pick him up, so I'm just going to pick him up.
Oh, so we're like privateers instead. They're the pirates, but we're the one doing the actual pirating. Is that what I'm understanding?
No, that's not what you're understanding.
By the way, here's your eggs, ma'am.
Thank you. Over hard, right?
Yes, just as you described.
Thank you.
Mr. of Granite Holm, I've got your rock salt ready.
What, no bacon?
Oh no, we cook it into the bacon.
and he hands you this bacon, except the bacon's like this thick. We can see this.
Shouldn't it be salt pork?
Oh no, we don't do salt pork here.
Rock salt? Salt
No,
pork?
no.
It's actually salt shaped into bacon.
Oh
with
my
bacon
God.
flavoring.
And some food coloring.
And some food coloring.
Anyway,
I also got you some hardtack because we're kind of low on rations right now.
yeah, we should probably do something about
She
that.
brought the eggs back with her.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what kind of eggs these are. I hope they're edible.
Well, it probably would have been easier to get rations if we'd gone to Alja Lima, but
We're going to Alja Lima, but we had to come here first, and I need to figure out how to get down.
Does anybody want their hardtack?
yes, here.
Thank you.
You chip a tooth.
I got a metal jaw.
Oh, that's right. You get a +1 to not chipping your tooth on the hardtack.
All right, well, do we know where to find this kobold?
Do I know where to find this Is it a kobold?
It's a troll.
Do I know where to find the troll?
And yeah, he's probably... according to his last report, and by his last report I mean his last order, he was supposed to stay at this one inn. So he might be there.
All right. Do you have a description of him?
Yeah.
All right.
Purple hair, kind of a mohawk thing going on.
I'll spend some time marking him just in case.
You...
So
okay. So
it makes
10
it easier to find him.
10 minutes pass while everyone else figures out how to get down to the ground.
And how far off the ground are we?
Well, you can get down pretty far, but at the best you're going to be about, I'd say, 30 feet up.
Oh, okay. We'll just tie a rope off and go down.
You know,
we
it's
have
sad.
something we can tie a rope on, too?
Sure.
Okay.
In my original inventory, I had a block and tackle.
Mhm.
We could basically just attach it to the wagon and lower it like an elevator.
That would be amusing.
We could do that.
Does the ship have a block and tackle?
Yes, it does, just for fun. It's got one left.
Can we hook it up?
It's already hooked up.
All right. It'd be useful for, getting supplies on the ship, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, admittedly.
Okay.
So you rope your way down. Go into Alra. It doesn't take you long to find him because you marked him. I was going to make you do some rolls, but he's over there.
All right.
He is
Slovena sent me with a letter, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
with a little seal on it. He is actually in a currently abandoned building that you recognize. It used to be the Adventurers Guild Hall. So you break your way in or sneak your way in. Take your pick.
I'll sneak.
She sneaks.
I can sneak too.
He sneaks.
So
Guido doesn't sneak very well, so he just breaks it in her.
I'm debating on two responses here. One, I go up to the door and knock.
why are we
Remember
sneaking
when
in the
I
building?
was
It's abandoned.
Meeting with the mayor.
Okay, so would that make it even less need to sneak?
There might be other people in there.
All right,
Or if-
what's
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of this stuff that you're not telling us?
Actually, I don't know much about this. I just know I after pestering Slovena for a while, she told me, "Okay, fine. I guess you can go pick up this guy in Alarat."
I guess you can go pick up this guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what we're doing here.
We giggled for a few hours.
A few hours. That's all they did. They just he for hours.
All right, well, let's
Well,
find
she
this
made
guy.
this insinuation about knoll lovers, and
Mhm. Oh, let's sneak
you're
in.
the one that brought that up, Archbagus.
Oh yeah, I was, wasn't I? All right. So, are you sneaking in or are you breaking in? That's all I need to know.
Sneaking.
I'm waiting for Guido. That's the one I care
Oh,
about.
okay. No, I'm just gonna
We're just-
stand at the front door.
Stand at the
Okay.
front door. If anyone comes out, grab him.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good plan. Good plan. So you sneak in, and we do a couple rolls. Go ahead and toss me a stealth roll real quick. Never mind.
14.
They don't see Jack. They're blind.
28.
I rolled a 2. So you actually see quite a few people in here. They look
Oh,
like,
I need to pull up my character sheet.
They look like vagabonds, ragabouts, that kind of a thing. Snarg, because you marked him, you can tell that one completely nondescript troll over there, who blends in so much that if you hadn't marked him, you would never realize he was different, is your gentleman in question. He actually does not look like he was described, but Mark is magical, so you still can tell that's him.
All right. Tap, tap.
That one? Oh,
How loud did you say that one? Now let's do another just awareness roll. Damn it! This guy's gonna be out of a job soon.
Please don't tell me we're like getting him for watch or something.
can I listen in
Sure.
on them? I'm assuming there's more than one in there.
That was
You
a
said-
bunch of people here. It was like 30, 40. Bunch of people.
They're probably distracted talking about the airship that's hovering outside.
Oh my god, the Navari are attacking! They'll just kill us all anyways.
No, I
Let's
would have
stay
told them
here.
to pull the Navari colors down first.
Oh, there's
Put
a
up the
pirate
correct-
ship! No, I'm kidding.
No, put up the correct colors. By the way, we're not flying Navari colors anymore. We're flying Alja Lima colors.
Okay. Isn't that worse?
Wait, are we inside Alja Lima yet?
Yes.
Territory? Okay, yeah. We're flying Alja Lima colors.
Okay. Wasn't where we had those.
Well, we do when I got back.
Yeah, she brought them back.
Okay.
So the gentleman's just over. You can't really overhear much. They're basically just gossiping about the fact that there's
Can I-
some kind of airship up there. It's probably some mercenary ship, or maybe it's just a cargo ship. I mean, who knows these days? Maybe they'll kill them all. Who knows? Oh, whatever. And then one of them's gossiping about the fact that the government's trying to control them through their teeth, and that's why they never pay their government taxes. And then one person's gossiping about the fact that he had this really good liquor that he found in a ditch the other day. Had to let it sit for a couple months, but then it was really good. And then there's some people gossiping. I can keep going. Two of them are talking
Well-
about this club about fighting. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Can I roll concentration to make myself look like one of them? Not like exactly like it, but look like a troll that would be fitting in here.
Do you have... Yeah, tell you what, you can roll... what's it called? Disguise?
Disguise.
I'm not even sure
There
what
is-
I have, because I'm not sure if it's on the skill list.
There is a disguise skill.
Okay, you can roll disguise, and then concentration to, well, in addition to that, to make that happen. You have to succeed on both. And then you will appear like a alcohol and urine smelling troll. in
Never mind, I
rags.
go in looking like me.
So she goes in looking like herself. She's like, and she looks down. He's like, no, that's not right. No, nah, screw it. Gives up. Marches up to the guy. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to walk into the room and not look like I'm going directly for him.
Okay. Roll deception.
Really?
Yeah.
To walk into the room.
Yes.
So 27.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're making note of me.
Nothing has changed that you are aware of.
Okay. Snarg.
Oh, okay. This is going to cause problems.
The heavily armed Knoll starts walking along with the well-dressed elf woman and starts heading to the... Now, he is going to get one last roll here, and he's finally going to roll better than a 4.
Okay.
So
Well,
he's going to...
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just following your lead. So. Shing, shing, shing.
So he bolts, runs through the back, trying to get
Oh,
away.
fine. I'll go after
Our
him.
guy?
Yeah, he's off.
Don't kill him!
All right.
He rolls a morale save. Oh god, he fails that horribly. So now he's running even faster.
All right.
With a +1
just
fear
leap
bonus.
at him and.
Hang on. Let's see if you can... No, you can catch him with your, 50 speed or whatever you got right now.
Yes.
Give me one athletics roll. Just to...
Okay.
As you're navigating, jumping over people and grabbing them.
26.
Okay, so you jump over people, navigate, you lunge forward and grab him, and he's like, no! And he starts
Hold on by the
reaching...
collar, Sid.
He starts reaching for his knife to kill himself.
All right.
I've got
grab
a
his
letter
knife.
for you here.
Nope. Grapple check. Grapple check.
Okay.
Or a disarm check, rather. I'm going to roll higher than a 4, I swear.
I don't know how that works.
You do opposed combat attack rolls, I think, to start.
Oppose attack rolls? Oh, okay.
It's that or strength. Oh.
I don't actually recall the 3.5 rules. It's
Hang
been
on,
so
hang
long.
on. Okay,
Just make him up.
no, okay, so first of all, he...
I rolled an 18, and plus attack bonuses.
God damn it! Okay, so he gets an attack of opportunity automatically, because you're trying to disarm him.
Okay.
He rolls a 5. So then, you do opposed attack rolls. He rolls a 4. So then you get his dagger.
All right.
And I walk over and I'm like, could you guys move
All right.
to the people that are in my way? I walk up
I
as
got-
Snarg's holding him and I'm like, look, I have a letter for you. Just come peaceably. We aren't going to hurt you.
He looks at the letter and he sees the seal, which calms him down a moment. So he grabs it. And he runs his hand over it, and you can see it shimmering like there's a ring that's actually invisible on his finger for a second. And then the seal actually just goes away. The wax seal just vanishes. And he opens up the letter and he reads it for a second. Huh. Uh-huh.
Did I see what Slavina wrote when she wrote it?
No, you
Okay.
So he folds it up, holds up his like he was doing it with this finger. Now he's doing it with this finger, and the thing catches fire, whoosh, vanishes into ash, and he says, "Well, I guess I'm ready to go when you are, ma'am."
Okay. Let's go back. What are the rest
So
of
you can let me down, sir. You can let me down now. Actually,
What
he's
is-
taller than you because he's a troll. So that's really funny.
Okay.
He was holding him up by the belt
Well, as I say, yeah, you're holding. I figured you're holding him by the belt, so he's literally doing this thing as you're.
as I walk up to him and I'm like 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
All right. Ka-thunk.
So you go back. Guido's there.
Guido.
Guido, roll to see if you notice them carrying the troll.
Oh, he's walking on his own now.
Roll to notice if there's a troll in the party now.
Don't forget to add your D4.
Muted.
So this is just an awareness?
Yeah.
Okay, so 23.
Okay. So you do actually see that there's a troll there. You also notice there's an airship right there.
Whoa,
With
where'd that
your
come
wagon hanging from it.
Yeah, it's just dangling there and it's slowly lowering, and then you hear someone say, "Not too hard!" It jumps down like 10 feet. No, I'm kidding. So he's actually not going to say much unless you engage him in conversation. That's up to you.
Well, I'm not going to engage him in conversation until we're back on my ship.
Okay, so you climb back up the rope. Get back on the ship. Captain on deck.
from? Carry on.
Carry on. Heading?
To where we were going originally.
Alja Lima.
Alja Lima, you got it, sir.
How long till we get there?
At this rate, ma'am, let me check my map. Let's see here. Mr. of Songblade, could you give me a approximate time towards our reaching our destination? Yes, sir, I can. It's going to be about 7 hours as of now, assuming standard cruise speed.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. The airship leaves all around. Everyone's like, what the hell? Some random airship comes into this podunk town.
And then leaves.
And then leaves, yeah. It takes one troll with it.
You have been chosen.
Snarl goes back to bed. No, I don't know.
Well, not in the middle of the day, I don't think. So, why do we have this guy who tried to run from us in the first place?
Oh, by the way, it's like 3 in the morning.
I'm gonna try to find him. Is there like a cot somewhere? If not, I'm gonna give him my super ultra comfy bedroll to sleep in.
There is a guest quarters, and by guest quarters I mean several guest quarters. It's a guest quarters area, and there is also the barracks.
I'll take him to the guest quarters area.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Give him my bedroll. Because I'm assuming it hasn't been thingied yet. And
Yeah.
tell him where he can find the galley to get him something to hard tack on.
Okay. I think I'll wait until we get into city if that's okay with you. I'm not sure if hardtack is really my thing. Personally.
Better than grits.
It is better than grits, sir. I will agree with that wholeheartedly.
The only one who won't
something
is
I forgot to
Snarg.
do. Something I forgot to do. I have to search him before he comes on board.
Aw. Alright, search it up.
All right. Do they have separate search skills, or is it just?
No, it's just awareness.
Okay.
Because it's so rare you actually do a search that I just rolled it into
Yeah.
awareness.
Hey, he's marked.
And yeah,
well,
he's
actually, it doesn't help because it's the final location. I know where he is.
Oh, never mind
No. 34.
Alright, you find a bajillion things on him.
Okay.
Are any of them bad?
He has got the full Ezio. You've never played Assassin's Creed because you suck. He's got everything. He's got all sorts of tools on him. I wouldn't call these assassin tools, but there's smoke bombs, there's dummy noisemakers, there's glue bombs. He's got a miniature little bow which he can shoot tiny little arrows, and he's got a bunch of specialty arrows, including a lot of enchanted ones. He's also got a pouch filled with about 3,000 gold, give or take. He's got a small little piece of like a pocketbook kind of a thing, which he actually notices you searching for that, and he actually grabs it and is like, "Excuse me."
He goes along with the other stuff in the pile.
No, he grabs it back. He says, "No."
I'm setting it aside.
Yeah.
You gonna be difficult about this?
Yes.
Here, I'll walk up to him and
This is the one thing I'm not
diplomacy
letting you
him
take it,
and
get
say,
rid of.
we're not getting rid of it. If you'd like, I'll lock them in my lock all of your weapons in my quarters.
No,
If
I
you
don't care about
mind
the
me
weapons. You're not getting rid of all my info.
Oh! Perhaps we should have a talk in my quarters about that.
As long as the info's on me, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Okay, and he puts
Snarg,
it
you can leave the notebook alone.
back in his pocket.
Whatever.
Just
God,
just
what
keep
else
it
do you
in your
find?
hand while he's continuing the search. That
also-
way it's not...
You also find some caltrops.
What are caltrops?
They're small and sharp and triangular, so you step on them and they hurt.
Ah.
Yeah,
Your
D4s are
D4.
basically caltrops. Imagine throwing down a bag full of caltrops on the ground as people are trying to chase after you. Except they're sharp and metal. Hell, even a D4 actually hurts to stand on, speaking from experience.
Yep.
He's got all sorts of stuff. I could keep going, but I think you get the gist at this point.
Right.
He's got a full arsenal.
Doing pretty well for himself to be sitting in a place like that. All right. That's all I found. So as we can, you don't really want to give this stuff back to him, do you?
When we get there. He's a good contact. He's a contact of Slovenas.
All right. All right. I'll stash the stuff away for now until it gets back to him.
Except for the book.
Fine, except for the book.
He's looking around. He's going to do a roll. Never seen a ship of this make before.
It's
Sure
new.
you haven't.
Where'd you contract it?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Come on, let's go show you to your quarters.
It just laughs a bit. He's going to do a couple rolls as he's walking along to memorize the hallways. And notice a couple things as he goes. Okay, so he gets to wherever you're taking him.
Guest quarters.
Guest quarters. He keeps his book with him.
Yeah. And then we sit down before he gets the bedroll that I give him to sleep in for a moment.
I could use a shower, ma'am. I don't suppose you have that available.
Do I?
Yes, you do. You have amenities.
Yeah, sure, we do.
Excellent. Do you mind if I shower before we meet? I am, well, I had
Hey,
to
you were
get...
hanging out with some drunken...
I
what
had to
were you
borrow
hoping
someone
gain
else's
from that?
piss in order to get the smell properly, so...
Why were you hanging out with them?
He looks at you oddly and says, well, I'm not actually sure if I'm supposed to tell you that, ma'am. I do apologize, but it's pretty
I'd like
standard in my...
I'd like to point out all the stuff I just put into the trunk.
It's pretty standard in my line of work, ma'am.
Well, yeah, it's standard to go there, but I don't see what those solvenly drunks would have had for you to gain.
Oh, nothing. It's a good place to hide, though.
That's a good point.
I'm amazed you found me. I'm guessing they told you exactly where to find me or something? I mean...
No, Slavina told me to go to the inn. Snarg over there is a good tracker.
Tilts his head and says, wow. I'm genuinely impressed, sir. My hat's off to you, if I had it with me.
Mm-hmm.
I give him his hat back.
Oh, thank you.
I take the hat back away and put it back in the pile. Come on, I'll show you to the showers.
They're right here.
Here you go.
Alright, he takes the book in with him, by the way.
All right. I'll keep guard on this guy just so he doesn't try anything funny. I'm not stepping inside the shower with
I
him.
was gonna say, are you actually in there like,
No.
anything going on in there? You missed a spot.
Is he a desolate?
No.
Okay.
I have not made anyone do any will saves.
I didn't know if he had a tattoo.
Ah, good point. Well, either way, you did not spot anything. What's up, Captain?
I was just going to say, Snarg, we could assign Keithus, Bleeding Hollow,
Good idea.
who is the security officer,
To
to
keep an eye on him. Mr. Political Officer.
Oh yeah, that's right. We actually have people who can do stuff.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
crew.
Yes. Yeah. Make
Names
sure
and backstory. and everything.
Mr. Keithus of Bleeding Hollow
Miss.
knows about this. Miss.
I'll get on the intercom. Keithus of Bleeding Hollow,
Yeah.
please report to
The showers.
I'm sorry. Please
I don't know
repeat,
where-
Captain.
Wherever the showers are. I was.
Oh, gotcha. I will be down to the guest quarters immediately.
Please
sir.
report to the
Okay.
showers.
Sir, I'm not into Lugian, sir. Too big in both directions. So she comes down,
Wow.
big ol' orc woman, and she's like, sir, reporting for duty?
I need you to keep an eye on this individual. He's
Will do.
he's a guest, but
Keeping an eye on him, sir. You missed a spot.
Isn't our chief security officer female?
Yes, she is.
yes.
No, she's just standing there at watch. She's actually doing a typical hands behind her back at ready, facing the shower.
All right. I'll give you a rundown of all the equipment. We lifted off of him where it is.
And you let this man on my ship?
He's a contact.
She turns to the master of the ship, and she's just like,
What's my guy's name that I picked up? I forgot.
Shoot, I did too. His name is Gandrenda of Hakari.
Brandon Bob. That's right.
Gandrenda. Now you're messing me up.
Brandon Bob. Bob.
I had Gandranden.
You had what?
Gandranden.
Yeah, Gandrenden of Hakari.
Gandrenden of Hakari.
Yes. Yes, God, something I can do for you. This is heavenly in here.
I'm quite.
You know, doing the bubble thing. Oh, this is
He's a
wonderful.
Keithus of Bleeding Hollow is going to Or I'm just going to call her, because when you're referring to them formally, you just say their clan name, correct? Magus, I'm asking you a question.
Yes, I've been doing that pretty consistently.
Okay, a Bleeding Hollow is going to... That sounds so weird.
Well, usually you say Miss or Mister. For example, I keep saying Mister of Wildpaw.
Okay, well, our security officer of Bleeding Hollow is going to be, refer to her by title, is going to be escorting you to your quarters and maintaining watch on you.
Okay,
Standard
okay,
procedure.
hang on. Quarters, bathroom. It's right there. They're attached.
Whatever.
I'm just
Anyway,
making
she
it
is your escort while you're on our ship. Should you need anything, feel free to ask her. Once you've finished with shower and had dinner, please report to my quarters. I have something I'd like to discuss with you.
Of course. I just need to wash my chest hair. You have any shampoo? Oh, here's some here.
I'll leave you to your
You
shampooing.
smell
of
fruity
hair.
scents coming over the shower head, the shower top.
And I leave. Men. What is with men and fruit?
About 10 minutes pass, decent size shower, and he will show up at your quarters as requested. Real quick, Snarg, are you just chilling till the end?
I am furnishing and decorating my room.
Okay.
Do you have furnishings and decorations?
Yes, I have trophies and all sorts of stuff I can put up there.
I was kind of hoping you guys would do something like that, but that's just me.
I have the broken greatsword, the very first one I ever had, that broke during the first fight with the golem. You can put that up there.
It's got its own little mantelpiece now.
Yep. I've got the, I've still got that psionic book.
Well, that thing's valuable, too.
Yep.
Guido, what are you doing?
I've got a painting that I can put up.
What are you doing, Guido?
I would assume I'd go back to the bridge until...
Hang on, you gotta do the captain's chair thing here.
And pull
There
your
you
shirt
go.
down.
Yeah, you gotta do the correct maneuver. Got 10, 15 minutes pass, and he shows up. He looks to be in a completely different outfit, which is funny because you don't remember leaving him with different clothes. But now he looks...
Had his bag.
Well, you took everything except his book.
No. Did we? Marshall, did you take his clothes out of his bag, too?
Yes.
So, like I
Really?
said, his clothes have changed, regardless of the fact that he had no change of clothes. And he is now... He looks like almost an aristocrat. He's got, the gold inlay and the nice little filigree and all this fun stuff here. And so he just comes and says, Madame, you requested to see me while I journey on your interesting and more advanced than should exist ship.
I'd appreciate it if you kept that part to yourself.
I of course. Rolls deception.
He has a chance to beat me.
He has a pretty good chance. What's yours?
32.
He wins! By which I mean he is definitely telling the truth. Of course, madam. And then he pauses for a moment and says, of course I will have to inform my master of anything I encounter.
Slovena?
No, I work for Mr. Amani.
Oh! Okay. Guess we have some things for him.
Regardless, what can I do for you, master of the ship?
You're in the information gathering business, so I would like to hear tales of your travelings thus far. Consider it a travel fee.
Well, one of the things that I did once upon a time was I was there with a front man who, and this is a classic example, but it always works so well, it's hilarious. You have someone who is tailing someone, who is like your Null friend, for example. Have the Null friend there and have him tailing someone, watching, that kind of thing. And then you have someone like me who completely vanishes into the background, who is the actual person who is watching, and therefore getting all the real info while the distraction is being distraction-y. I once did that out at this town that I'm going to name in just a second, Alja, which was a fascinating example as I was there, looking into some kind of, there was some kind of cult situation, and we suspected that the local mayor was actually supplying this cult, whatever it was, of things. It actually turned out to be bogus. It was some group, they called themselves the Viotians, but they was just some, local club. Nothing significant.
Interesting. Interesting. But I was more interested in things that you might have learned about recent upbringing. See, I've been away for, the last couple of months.
Couple of months? Where have you been, my dear?
Gone.
Gone. I see. And he starts thinking about that, and he puts 2 and 2, and he says, so, you came from Stonehold, huh?
I suppose that's one way to think of it. Regardless, what's been happening on the political front
The political front? Well, my
and
dear...
the battlefront? I'm curious.
The battlefront? Well, I know nothing about battles, my lady. I am just a
Well, then
poor,
we'll start
humble
with politics.
information broker. Or not broker, what's the term I came up with for that, sis? It's what your dwarf was going to be.
Hold on, I tell you.
Because there's the agents who actually get the info, and then there's the blanks.
No,
who
my dwarf is
gather
an
it.
accountant.
What would you call that? I couldn't think of this the other day.
You tried to call it a handler, but that wasn't right.
Yeah, handler isn't quite right. It's someone who doesn't actually do any spying or intelligence gathering themselves, but they gather it from the actual spies and put it together. And then they send that up. It's an absolutely critical job because, you know, usually an individual spy only finds one bit of info. Or one thing.
Well, you had my goblin listed as the broker. So
Oh, yeah.
a broker would actually, does he sell the information?
Only if he needs to make ends meet. And if he has leave to do so.
Okay, this specific job that you're looking at gathers information from his little conglomerate,
Yeah.
puts it together into a bigger chunk, but doesn't necessarily defrag all of it,
Yeah.
and then redistributes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a broker. It's a step down from the broker, but
Usually a handler would be in charge of several operatives. So they
yes,
would be
but in our
receiving
setting,
the
a
data.
handler hands out jobs.
Yeah.
It's called an operator. That's the specific term I was thinking of.
Okay, so he's an operator.
He is an operator. So, write that down somewhere, sis. That's the term I'm going to use. Hopefully.
Hold on. Why don't I just come up with definitions for all of these?
That works. Operator, agent.
Hold on. We're going to start from the bottom,
Bottom.
which would be agent.
Yeah. Agents actually go out and spy. They are James Bond without the combat skill. Or Revolver Ocelot, if you know who that is.
Then
Without the combat
operator.
skill. Then operator. Gather, buy. They don't just work with agents, too. They'll, you know, palm money around, listen in, do gather information checks.
They grease palms.
Yeah, exactly. They get all that information into one big chunk, like, oh, I don't know, a little book that he's very protective of, for example. Which secretly
Grease
has
palms
explosive runes on it.
pulled
Nothing.
from
Snark's gone. I give up.
the agents. Okay. then
Sorry,
what
I
comes
was
after
listening.
operator.
I was thinking about something else.
It's okay. And then there's the well, I guess there's really nothing above operator other than the broker.
No, there was.
Oh, the accountant, of course.
Well, no. There were agents, operators.
In my system, you just got.
Hold on. Hey, what's up? Hello,
You
what's
alright?
up?
Are you all right, Third?
Hmm?
Are you all right? You're just acting really weird and tired.
Okay, we're
No,
here.
I'm
Just knock on the
tired.
door.
I've had like a constant stomachache the past 3 days.
I'm sorry. Anything helping? Like, you taking anything?
Okay,
I haven't taken anything. Just,
bye.
I don't know. I'll throw it up sometime this week, I guess.
Any idea what you ate?
No idea, really.
Meh.
Did your milk go bad?
Nope.
Do you need a hug?
Okay. That might make it happen faster.
Squeeze! And then, you know. I used to do that, actually. Just to get it over with. Alright. If you want to add a layer there, sis, that's up to you. But in my system, there's usually just agents, brokers. Agents, operators, and then broker, singular.
Okay.
With, of course, the accountant on the side, making sure everything works fine. And, oh, I guess there is an analyst, but that's usually what the broker tends... You're going to have your broker be your analyst. So... therefore... So what are you asking him? Seriously, help me out. I don't actually know what you're asking in the character. I mean,
think
if you're
I
trying
just
to,
spelled analyst.
if you're trying,
Basically, what I'm trying to get a feel for is, I'm obviously not asking for lots of detailed information. That would be kind of rude. But what I'm really looking for is political changes, stories from this on the sun, of stuff that's been moving that direction, and any news that he's heard out of Neveri, or not Neveri, Alluvia.
he has heard nothing out of Alluvia at all. He'll share
Okay.
that openly. Actually, that's a lie. He has one bit of info. It's actually kind of out of date, but he has been trying to track down who the Alluvian informant is to Alja Lima.
Okay.
And the last thing he saw was that it might be from somewhere in one of the outlier provinces that are probably... it's probably someone trying to pick some... At least in his opinion, it's probably someone trying to make a move on Holtberg itself, but all the information he actually has is that wherever that leak came from, it came from one of the outer provinces, not Holtberg itself.
Okay.
He also has a little bit of info on those 4 frigates.
Okay.
In fact, I have their names if you care. I'm going to give them anyways, because screw you. The Wit, the Carbuncle, the Starlet, and the Seraph. And all 4 of them have been assigned here very specifically. They were specifically requested, not just 4 frigates. He doesn't know anything about that or why. But those 4 frigates were specifically assigned there, so there's probably something going on there.
Okay.
He also knows that the Osteth Republic is still in session, having been in session for literally over 6 weeks now, non-stop. They are still undecided on the war issue for all intents and purposes, and what exactly they should do about that.
Okay.
And let's see here. He also mentions that the locals in this area seem to be more loyal to Alja Lima than they are to anything else, so they're probably going to stay a part of the state.
Okay.
And one last thing. The hell was that?
It wasn't us.
Yeah. He, how do I put this? There was a diplomat that was sent in complete secrecy to try and negotiate peace with Alluvia, right?
Mm-hmm.
That diplomat has not been heard from, and it's been over 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Probably bad news.
Probably. What about with the sun? Anything on that front?
The only thing he has heard about the Sun is the fact that they were based in Iraq. Emphasis on the past tense. Good night, Sibri.
Night, Sibri.
I,
Good night, everybody. Sorry, he muted me. Here.
Don't ever do that again.
There you
I said don't do that again. You look silly. That's even worse.
Wait, was it like this? We actually had a gang sign back at Arby's.
an Arby's gang.
I'm
Was
actually
the
not
work
kidding.
environment really that bad?
I'm actually not kidding. We really did. And,
Was the Arby's sauce gang?
no, I can't even remember what our damn slogan was, but it was, we kept doing that because there was this other gang who kept trying to encroach over there and mark our territory, and I had to go out and clean all that crap up. And anyways, moving on.
So you decided to make a gang.
Maybe. I didn't make the symbol. One of my workers did. It worked. What do you want from me? They backed off.
Oh man, can't mess with those Arby's kids.
I was actually in shape back then. That was before I got run over by a car. So, that's it. Yeah, that's all I got for you, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, did I get the full info across? That Iraq, they used to be based in Iraq?
They used to be in Iraq, yes.
And there's been, like, no contact in a while. In fact, I could give you a date on that. There's been no contact or info about the Sun since March 24th,
Almost
almost a month ago.
Thank you.
Yarak, if you do not remember, is the capital city
Yes,
of the
I know.
Yarak state and the Confederacy.
Yep.
So,
So,
Oh, that's better.
oh, I appreciate your make yourself at home.
of course. I don't suppose you have anything other than hardtack.
Yeah, I can probably make that happen. Are you hungry?
A little bit. I have been in the field for several days now.
What do I have on me?
Are you still marking him, by the way, Snark? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
He says, no problem, I'll just go find it on my own. And he wanders off.
There's nothing but hardtack in the kitchens.
Oh!
I'm
Oh,
looking through my
shoot.
bag, seeing what I have that I can cook.
Oh, shoot.
And actually, yeah. I tell him to give me a couple of hours and I'll have something nice prepared.
Of course. And he wanders off to Snark's room.
To Snarg's room.
Yes, specifically. Excuse me, Mr. of Wildpaw.
Does he have his escort with him?
Yeah, she's still with him. She has not
Okay.
left his sight.
Okay. Just making sure.
Keithos is right there.
Uh huh.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to compliment your tracking prowess. It's a very rare individual that can actually find me. I was just curious where you learned. You know, at professional curiosity.
Self-taught.
Self-taught where?
Self-taught. I've been from the north part of this continent to the south part, and I just picked it up on the way.
Huh, fascinating. You truly have a gift, sir. One might even call you a
Thanks.
player character.
Playa. Hang on,
Oh,
I gotta do it. Again.
player. Oh, yeah, I gotta do this sign. I get death threats on the video because I put some
Yeah.
sign that somebody
Yeah.
cares about somewhere.
I don't know.
Fascinating. I just wanted to compliment you, sir, on your powers. Good job, good job. I by the way, I love what you've done with the room. Excellent job.
Was there something else you wanted?
No, not really. Other than to stab you in the back with... Shoot, he doesn't have any. With
No.
the book!
Well,
Snarg, are you going to make mention of the fact that he's in different clothes? And you took away
I
all
just,
his
I
other
just assumed
clothes?
that he got someone from somewhere. Like you've been giving him stuff, so I just assumed that you gave
I
him
didn't
some.
give him anything.
I don't know that.
He's just blasé about it. So then he goes up and he says, may I go to the bridge, Miss Miss
Nope.
Bleeding Hollow?
No.
She's going to say no.
Say no.
Apparently she is going to say no. I was like, very well. And he returns to his quarters and meditates for 7 hours.
No. A couple of hours later, I go knock on the door, and I've got rehydrated, because I had dehydrated meat.
Yeah.
So I've soaked it in
Do you
and
have
wine
salted
to create a
pork?
sauce. No, I have rock salt that's shaped like pork.
Oh, no thank you. What do you think? I am a Lugian.
Yeah, I passed on that as well. But I've made a bit of stew
Excellent.
and a nice wine sauce.
Well, thank you. That smells wonderful. Miss of Bleeding Hollow, would you care to join us? Because she's been standing there at attention for
I've
2 hours.
got like a whole stew pot full and a few bowls.
He's actually been trying. They'll both tell you this, depending on how the scene goes up. But he has been trying to engage her in conversation, and she has been a brick wall because she's a professional security chief. So he's just like, please join us, God, anything, please.
I'll tell her that she can join us.
And she immediately breaks rank and is like, oh, thank God, my feet are killing me. Gets a bowl and she just does it. She just scoops it into the pot and just does this. Oh, that's good.
If you were hungry, you could have called. Hold on, I've forgotten her name.
His actually Cornelius.
No.
Cornelius.
No, you could have called Keithus. If you were hungry, you could have called Greeley over to watch over him.
Oh no! I was under orders. Strict
Okay,
orders.
well, next time I put you in charge of watching someone, if you'd like a break, call Greeley over. She can watch him.
The command structure is breaking down.
Meanwhile, Guida's up there on the bridge, like, where did my weapons officer go? We need to fire everything.
Let me guess.
I'll-
The big red button.
Big red button. That was the self-destruct button.
That figures. That'd be my luck.
Oh. Snarg should have a big red button in his quarters that says "Do not push this."
Suddenly, there's this big red button that just appears. Snark, you didn't notice it before. It's just over there on the wall. It says "Do not push."
In Undercommon.
Oh,
In
hard
Undercommon.
mode.
Did you not hear the thing that says do not press the button?
Everything starts burning, and So, you enjoy the soup with him, and he opens up a bit. He's starting to relax. She's starting to relax, and they apparently start talking about something you can barely understand. I don't mean literally. I mean like they're talking about some kind of conflict which apparently happened near the Dyer's border that you'd never heard of. That he was actually finding out information for, and she was actually fighting in. It was she was a mercenary at the time, and she was actually volunteering her forces for free, or rather her services for free, her and a couple others, because there was an incursion into the area by several of the Centaur tribes, multiple tribes working together, which is really unusual, to try and make a stab at the Drudge lands from the Dyers. And they didn't like that, so they volunteered with that, and Mr. Of Hakari here was trying to find out what the hell was going on, because there's all this activity on the Drudge lands, which there shouldn't be any activity on the Drudge lands other than trade. And his information actually ended up saving her life, because he called in what is effectively an artillery strike, aka an airship, which came over and destroyed everything, because that's what an airship would do to a ground force. And so they just share this little story.
Okay.
And then you're there. You're at Alja Lima. Hang on, I got a picture
How
for
long
this
ago
place.
did that happen?
That would have been about... Hang on just a second.
I think I need to stop eating pretzels.
If you're actually eating them,
Yeah, true enough. That was about 10 years. Oh my god, sis! I gave you that as an emergency measure. And yeah, you're not actually eating anything. You are consuming salt. About 10 years ago.
Okay.
Give or take. So then you arrive at... Dramatic pause. Alja Lima! New picture. It looks awesome. I'm actually really pleased with this one. And
looks
of course,
great.
You guys can see it, of course.
Incredible.
Hang on. So you arrive in Alja Lima. Mountains in the distance. Big desert city. And it does have an airship dock, a small airship dock, but fortunately one large enough to accommodate a destroyer, such as what you
Singular.
have. Yeah, basically singular. It can accommodate a frigate, which is good, because the Alja Lima military does have one frigate. But it is not here at the moment, so you have the ability to dock. And thankfully, Z went ahead and made sure that you would not be fired upon arrival. So
We were not fired upon arrival.
So you were not fired upon arrival, and you have docking clearance.
Yeah.
You dock, and several people go to meet you, including Slavina, who was there.
Hi,
All right.
Sabina. We're back. I'm back. I brought them with me this time.
Yes, I can see, Mr. of Wildpoint. It is wonderful to see you
Oh.
again.
Long time no see.
You look different.
It's,
Your fire, your element of fire is practically screaming off you.
Oh,
goodness.
something happened. It's under wraps.
And you, sir... And then she just pauses as she's looking at Guido. So anyways, what can I do for you fine gentlemen?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, you've been in contact with Zariel here.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on, actually.
Well, you see, the thing is, she has offered to volunteer all of you as slave labor for the burgeoning Alja Lima Empire. And
Wasn't
naturally,
where they're into that kind of thing.
Naturally, she thought of you because your fish fillets are awesome, and slaves need good fish.
so you're our new cook, Snarg. Congratulations. You've been demoted from political officer.
Actually, I think that might be a promotion if you think about it.
I have no idea where that stands in the rankings. I really don't. It has officer name, so it can't be that low.
Well, now you'll be fish officer.
Fishman.
Fishman. Insert Aquaman joke here. Real quick, Guido, just as a curiosity, do you have any orders for your crew while you're disembarked? Or are you disembarking?
What is this?
Yeah, so I was going to
That's
go
a
with him.
dice.
I'd
What is
say,
this?
Erg of Seraph, you have the con.
Did you hear that?
I heard her mumbling, but I couldn't.
I handed Jaina a D4 and I said, "What is this?" And she goes, "This a triangle dice."
Nice.
Very good. That's impressive.
Who is that? Magus, yeah. This a dice Magus. Does Magus have a dice? What is this?
So you're
It's
going to
a
leave
square dice.
Sir of Seraph in charge.
Right. I would say be prepared to
Depart.
depart the dock at a moment's notice if the Alja Lima, or not Alja Lima, but what's the region's military?
Alja Lima.
Oh, okay. So if any Alja Lima military arrive, we want to be courteous and make sure that they have access to the dock immediately.
Understood.
So-
Are we resupplying here, sir?
Yes, I was also going to. I'm going to
Got some
turn
stuff to
to.
sell.
Yeah, I was going to turn to Snarg. So, are we going to try and offload our cargo?
Might as well. This is the best. This is a good place to offload and pick stuff
No,
up.
leave the cargo where it is. I've got Sylvina helping us with that.
Okay. Because we don't really have any money to resupply until we do.
Yeah, we do.
Not that kind of money.
Well, yeah, but each of us has like 3 plat on us.
That is true. I actually forgot about the plats I gave you.
Right. Well, where are we planning on offloading this stuff then?
Do you want Mama to paint your fingers?
Suddenly, Slovenia shows up and says, "I found a buyer for your diamond for your cargo."
All of it?
Okay.
She doesn't stutter like I just said. She's got a better whiz score than that. So
All of it?
No, just the particular cargo in question.
Ah, ha, ha. Yes, that one. Okay.
The offering is for 88 plat.
What was it worth again?
Less than that.
The 4 chests are worth 24k each. The diamond is 60k.
88 plat.
Just for the diamond.
Are we going to leave it in its original shape?
They request it in its original shape, yes.
Okay.
I'm still looking into the other ones. I do have a potential buyer signed up in Glendon Wood for the sapphire.
Okay.
For the blue. So I'll let you know on that. But if you want to unload that now, I could get that moving.
Okay. We'll see that it's done.
Of course.
Right, Guido? With our lowery wagon.
Make it so.
So the wagon comes down with... Are you at least like making an effort to hide this gargantuan solid diamond chest?
Yeah.
I'd put a tarp over it,
I mean, just something. Hey, just come on. I mean...
What color?
I was going to say, though, I'm going to give Azimi of Shadow Spear, the bosun, a plat.
Okay.
That should be enough to resupply at least a good portion of ship's stores.
How much is a plat worth?
1,000 gold.
Okay.
No? 2? I'll give her 2.
Okay. Well, with 2, she will fully supply your everything, basically. Parts, tools, rations, and you're going to get a little more ammo from that, too. And I actually might not have written down how much ammo you have here on my
Oh my god,
notes.
Magus.
I wrote
I have
everything
that.
down.
I just
Okay.
re-rolled the clear D20. The one that rolled a 1 last time. It rolled a 2.
Yeah, so, how much ammo do you have right now? I mean,
720.
720. Go
That's
ahead
divided.
and...
That's divided amongst the cannons, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Go ahead and triple that, please. She'll go and she'll do that during your trip, but that's what's happening. And if you give her leeway, she will try to improve your ration quality a bit. This is Alja Lima, so she can only do so much.
I'm giving her free reign, so...
Free reign, so she will definitely try to get some better rations, because the morale on the ship is a little low, because nobody likes hardtack.
Yeah.
I got a question.
How much would it take to get me comfy? The super awesome comfy always tastes like feels like a feather bed. Bed rolls to go on their mats.
For all of them? I'll have to think about that. Snarg, what's your question?
Since when did Selena
Well, mine
become a
cost me
commodity
30
broker?
gold.
Huh. Well, that's right. Snarg is probably unaware of Slavina's character growth over the course of the last few months. So she gets together with Snarg and says, "So you seem, you're taught. I'm guessing the jaw?
Oh, it's there.
Oh, that's the
It's-
Snarg I remember. With the your speech patterns are so strange, sir.
Yeah. It's all matted down after a long day.
Yeah, you want me to shave that off? It might.
No, that's fine. I like it like that.
You
So,
smell
when
just
did you...
a little bit of blueberry too. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's a while back.
I gave him
I'm
a bag.
really surprised.
Selena.
Oh.
I'm
It
kidding.
was terrible.
She doesn't actually smell that.
So when did you become a commodity broker in Alja Lima?
Oh no, I am actually the head advisor for the Alja Lima state.
Well, restating the question.
Well, our tribes kind of bungled into this situation. That is to say, Nabon and I, and she uses the first person like that, so familiarity. Nabon and
Was
I.
not there before.
That's correct. We happened to be present when an Alluvian attack showed up, and Nabon took up arms, and along with a lot of his gnolls, and so did several of my kobolds, and I ended up advising them on the battle, and ended up doing a decent job of it, and we ended up winning that day, and we got the attention of the governor, Mr. Avamani, who happened to be here at the time. And one thing led to another, and now I'm his chief advisor, and Nabon is the supreme commander of the Alja Lima military.
Okay. Well, interesting. I didn't really think you'd take a position like that. But okay.
He's been doing quite well. He has had nothing but successes, although I think he might be overreaching himself with his... And then she just kind of cuts herself off.
I heard
Because
he
she
was
remembers I told her not to tell him.
Yeah.
talking about the push down towards the Tufa area.
Well, yeah, we need to... and she just kind of segues a bit, and she rolls deception. And she, we need to reach out to our Tufa allies and try to have a bit of solidarity with them.
Ooh.
Oh, what do you get?
28.
Wow, so she's lying by omission here. I can't believe you
Yeah.
beat me by like 2.
I rolled a 20.
Wow. Anyways, I rolled crap. We're going down to our Tufa allies. We're trying to show of solidarity and show military support. They don't have a lot of military capacity in Tufa. They only have economic capacity, so we're kind of supporting each other right now. And right now, Alluvia's, winning down there.
Right. So that's all well and good, but what else is going on down there? You're leaving something out.
Oh, well, the other thing that's happening is I'm going to roll a 16 this time. And, no, I'm kidding. The other thing that's happening is we're trying very hard to look into information about the areas that we might be able to use against the threat from the council that seems to be growing as of late. They've been resorting to blackmail, kidnapping, murder.
Wait. Threat from the... I've been away for a bit. Threat from the council?
Yeah, the council, the leaders of the Navari Confederacy, although it's not really
Yeah,
a
but I
Confederacy
mean,
anymore.
what threat?
They've been trying to force the Confederacy to stay together violently. That's one of the reasons Alarcos is still a part of the Confederacy, even though there's not really much of a Confederacy anymore. We have a decent amount of information that they're being supported by mercenary groups. We're not sure where they're getting the money for all that. And we're also not sure why they're wasting time and effort and resources on troops to occupy other states of their own people while we're actively being conquered by a foreign nation. But, and she actually does this. She throws her hands and she's like, Alluvians, I never understood them.
That reminds me. We do have something that I think Mr. Amani will. I don't know what his official title is.
He's the governor.
Governor Amani will want to see. I've got the ring right here.
Oh, oh, yes. He mentioned that in brief. Ariel, excuse me,
Gina, I'm
mentioned
trying
that
to
in
make
brief.
sure I've got all of the pieces.
Yes.
And Jaina mentioned that she wanted to get all the pieces together. It was very important to her. Understood. Yes, that would be one of. He is actually available right now if you want to go see him.
I don't see why not.
Your other two party members are just staring into space with little AFK and brackets over their heads.
Go right ahead. I'm right here.
I'm making notes about the ship.
And I'm trying to not lose my dice because Jaina dumped the whole bag out on the floor.
Awesome. I'll go out there and vacuuming one day. Very well. So she has you escorted. She actually is not going to be joining you. She has work right now. She's basically running half the state, and but she gives Snarg of Wildpaw a rather warm hug and says, "Good to see you again. I'm glad to see you're still alive."
I'll try not to crush her, but.
And she's like, "Ah." And then you go meet the governor. He is surrounded by two very large and imposing-looking Knoll guards.
Put all of them in there. Put the dice back.
As you might imagine, you recognize both of them. They're
Jaina. Jaina.
Oh,
No.
Runa. Like, hey, so walk up, little fist bump.
Yeah, one of them loses compo. They're doing the stoic guard thing, and then they see Snarg, and they're like, Snarg!
Yeah. Yeah, fist bump, bro hug, that kind of stuff.
Hey, what's up? And he's like, oh my god, look at you. I'd say you've grown, but I think you've actually shrunk.
I got my fur burned off like 5 times. So.
Oh, okay, that
That's what
explains
happens.
everything. Yeah, I've been there. Oh my gosh, it's great to see you. And then they realize that they're in front of the leader of the entire state, and they just recompose themselves. Governor, sir, Snarg of Wildpaw and
Yeah.
his companions are here to see you.
Yeah. This guy used to tell us like some embarrassing story about the guy. So he's not used to the...
Snarg!
No, it's fine. You settled into the boots nicely, I guess.
I haven't done that in like 10 years, sir, I swear. So, Mr. of Amani, Toltarn of Amani, this is actually the second time you've met him. He's standing over what looks like a strategy map of most of the Nevere region. And there's a bunch of symbols, numbers on it, which you can roll int,
All right.
if you care to. Or knowledge war.
Would that be politics? I don't know.
No, it would be profession general or leader, commander.
Profession General Leader Commander. I got that.
Yes.
No, I got an 11.
Okay, so you see a bunch of things like it's some kind of board game or something. Guido, would you like to roll too?
Sure.
I
I
played
don't
board
really
games.
have a. Nope.
Got it. Uh-oh. Would you like to roll? You're rolling to see... There's a war board. Hey, little one.
There's a war board?
Yeah, standing in front of a war map.
Yes. What am I rolling?
To see if you can discern anything from it, because you probably don't know what you're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, kiddo. She's right here.
I rolled a 2.
Really? None of you have any idea what you're looking at? I was going to give you some info, but no. Everyone rolled crap.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, okay, so anyways. Kiddo.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 2. I rolled a 10.
Hug!
Rolling the DM's dice don't work.
Now give me your dice. And by your dice, I mean my dice.
It's on your table.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 and a 1 on the D4.
Oh my god. So you know nothing.
I pretty much.
I have not rolled my dice yet.
Z, Dariel rolled a 17. So which is over a 20. It's over 200,000 million.
What was I adding to it?
Int, but it doesn't matter because you got over 20.
It's 23.
Yeah, I doubt you're getting even higher, which is the next DC is at 25.
I
So near as
would
you
have
can
to roll a
tell,
20 to get over that.
near as you can tell by the war map, Nevere is totally screwed. You
Okay.
get there are a few icons which clearly indicate friendly forces. There's some in the local forts, a couple to the north, in the Zykal area, which is obviously this is the first time you've heard of Zykal being allied with Alja Lima, but it's indicated there on the map. And a few to the south, and then there's about 70 Gabrilian Alluvian forces, which are pretty much on the border and in the Tufa, starting to make their way into the bulge into Tufa.
Holy cow.
So Tulturn looks up. He looks kind of ragged. Looks up at them and says, "Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Miss Dragonflare. Miss of Dragonflare said you were going to be visiting. Yes, Mr. of Wildpaw. It's good to meet you." And he gives you a handshake, I guess. We've met before, haven't we? I have a good name. I have a good face memory. Yes, that's right. You came through here before the war, actually. Oh no, when the war was declared. That's right. You were here when we were locking this. I remember that. Well, it's good to see you again.
Likewise, to be back here. Got something that we picked up a bit in our travels that we heard you might be interested in.
Oh, really? What's that?
Well, we found a little Amani ring.
And he
while we were traveling. Yes.
Looks at it. Where did you get this?
You wouldn't believe us if we told you.
I've been missing this for several weeks now.
Several weeks?
Yeah.
Huh. And he goes in and slips it on, and actually, as you're paying attention, because you automatically see your awareness rolls, except for Guido, who automatically fails his, you notice there's actually...
wow, really?
a band of discolored skin around his finger, as if it hasn't faded yet. You know, when you wear a ring for a long time, you know, like a wedding ring kind of situation. It's still there for weeks after you take the ring off. So he's
Mine is still there where I don't have Jaina's ring on.
Yeah, exactly. So he's still got the thing, and he puts the ring on right on, and he fits it. He's like, yeah, that's. Oh my God, this means so much to me. You have no idea. This is the only remaining heirloom of the entire Amani clan. It was actually forged before the year 0. We're not even sure whom or by what. This symbol means Amani in Orcish, and we don't know what it means exactly, but we used that to form our clan from that. Thank you so much. My goodness.
Oh sure, don't mention it.
This is wonderful. I met with your friend here, Miss
Zariel.
Anytime someone has no clan, it's kind of a point. Miss Zariel here, and she indicated that she would enjoy the possibility of a reward in the form of some land being given to you. Now, I've been looking into what I have, and for the sake of the viewers, I'll list it all, even though you guys have already decided. We have a parcel of land, a farthing. I'm willing to give you a farthing, just one. Now, this isn't alluvia or anything. You know, we're not a nobility or an aristocracy, so I'm not landing you, if you understand what that means, Mr. Wildpaw. Roll knowledge politics. You understand what landing means? Landed.
29.
Okay, so you know exactly what it means. And all our viewers at home understand. But, you know, I'm not landing you, but I am giving this to you free. Now, obviously, it'll be, you know, a part of the Alja Lima estate, and therefore you will be part of the Alja Lima estate, but I was told that would be not a problem.
Yep.
Apparently it's not a problem.
I mean, from what I understand, most of your tribe, sir, has settled in rather nicely with our people.
Oh yeah, just that, and as I understand, your supreme commander is actually.
Oh, you've met Mr. Commandant of Wildpaw?
I used to be in his tribe. Well, I still am. I mean, but
of course. How silly of me. I should have put that together. I did not know you were so closely involved. My goodness. Well, regardless, I'm willing to offer you a chunk of desert. It's a prime trading route. Lots of jewelry gem mines there, gem deposits. A chunk of plains, which is great farming land. It's a nice, big, huge chunk of acreage. Lots of... it's pretty much ideal for farming and settling and whatnot. It's your ideal Oblivion / Lord of the Rings / whatever you want to call it setting kind of thing. We also have this area. It's in the crags. We just discovered there's some kind of ancient's ruin there. I'm not sure if you're interested in that. And then finally, there's one chunk of mountain. Actually, you can see it out the window. It's right there. And
It's the one big mountain in the background.
Yeah, and now we're not giving you the whole mountain, but a decent chunk of that mountain, that one peak that comes over there, will be gifted to you to do with as you wish. From what we are informed, there's some mineral deposits there, and well, otherwise it's a mountain, so you can do with it what you will.
Could we perhaps have a couple of days, maybe, to decide?
Of course, of course. You don't have to decide right this moment. I indeed have to be meeting with several of my commanders very shortly here. I'm surprised they're not here yet, actually. So I fully understand the need for taking your time with such decisions. And as he speaks, a gnoll, a troll, an orc, and a kobold enter.
Walk into a bar.
Bonk! And the gnoll walks through the bar, and they. Yes, my commanders. Yes, I'm sorry. If I could ask you three to give me time. Thank you again. I owe you so much for this.
Sure. Yeah, good luck with your thing.
And then he just kind of sighs and says, "Yes, thank you." You also notice Slavina has slipped in sometime in the intervening period. She's just kind of standing over the side. She waves briefly. So you leave, and they start their little war conference, which is totally unrelated to you.
So we go over. So, Snarg, Guido, description of said areas. The ruins are actually psionic. I can't read any of them anymore.
Well, I
The
don't
mountain
think that's a surprise.
looks great. I don't really think you care about the valley much. It's just a bunch of farmland. Or was it the desert? That
The valley is farmland. The desert is the trading hub.
No, which
and
was the one that I was like, oh no, it was the desert because I was like, yeah, there's just a bunch of sand.
Oh, that's right. You rolled really low on that one.
I rolled a 2 on that one. I didn't roll below 15 on any, 16 on any of the others. My lowest other roll was a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Make a lot of glass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking the mountain would probably be our best bet because it allows us to set up an airship station there.
Well, technically, we could set up an airship station at any of them.
I was told it would be the best to choose a mountainous area to do that.
Oh, okay.
And we've got essentially some resources there that we can use. And I've got people that can come in and start building that stuff right away.
Yep.
We could do the desert, but what do we have to trade? Do the farmland, but who do we have to farm it with? And yeah. Plus, if anyone tries to do something to us, it's harder to get up a mountain anyway. It sucks.
A bit more defensible.
Yes. And I got a text message. So, mountain, yes?
Yeah.
That's what I picked. And I think we all came to that conclusion independently, didn't we? I know I came to mine independently. I don't know if you and Snark were in cahoots, Guido.
No, we spent like 3 seconds before the game just saying I was gonna pretty much let Snarg, make the determination because something available for his people. If he doesn't make a decision, mountain sounds best, and that was pretty much the extent of the conversation.
It is worth noting that you probably have either gotten the hint or the literal information that the Wildpaw have pretty much officially settled around here as members of the Alja Lima state.
Yep.
You've also probably got enough of a knowledge politics. I'm not going to make you roll for the fact that obviously Alja Lima is not just splitting, but forcibly splitting, which the gnolls and kobolds appear to both support the idea of. At least most of them, since you've already met one deserter.
Yep. So, we don't even have to wait a few days, it sounds like. You know, obviously, we can't just barge into the meeting and say, "Hey, we made up our mind." Like 2 seconds later, but
What? What? No.
Well, I figured you guys might want to go see
It's
them
like-
in character or something. And I've been to them, so I can take you to all places.
That is true.
I'll trust the realtor. Sight unseen. It's fine. Worst
Okay.
plan ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say if that's up to you, man. You go ahead.
if you say they're okay, then they're okay.
Okay.
So what's the plan while you are in Alja, Lima, other than eventually telling him that you're going to be doing this thing? It's probably actually more. No, it's actually morning. It's about 9. No, you've had your meeting and that, so it's actually about 11 in the morning now.
I'm gonna go looking for some stuff. See if I can maybe get me some gears.
Okay. You find all the gears.
Yay! All of it has plus deceptions.
No, there's no deception.
Actually,
here.
I'd like to re-roll a praise on my not a ring of deception plus 40 deception.
All right, roll it.
A deceitful ring of
It's a
deception.
17 this time. I'm rolling
Alright.
praise. That makes it a 41.
All right. This is a plus 0.5 ring of deception.
Yay! I finally know.
And there's a little message on the inside that you only now can see once you break the deception that says, "With love from Ricard."
Jerk.
P.S. This
What a
is
bastard.
cursed, so you can never take it off.
I'm gonna try to take it
Wait.
off
Now,
How is she reading the inside? Never
with
mind.
it on.
it seeps into her skin, and she reads it via osmosis.
I made some notes down at the bottom of the crew manifest document for stats for the ship. So,
Okay. And I swear I'll get those blueprints too. I've just been really.
oh,
busy.
I'm not worried about that.
I need
It's-
my
it's cool,
blueprints so
but
I can
I-
design it.
Well, I was going to say the reason I want to get them to you eventually. I wasn't too worried about it today because you don't really have the availability to customize the ship today. But you will have the availability to do so. That's one of the big points
Yeah.
of that.
I've been discussing what I want to do with mine, so I want that Bosun Wally's out while she's out. Is it a he or a she?
Bosun's
She.
a she.
While she's out, at each time we make port, to start getting information on what it's going to cost to do what I want to do.
Okay. She will dutifully do so. I'm going to go ahead and say you guys have, we'll say 2 days of basically nothing happening. You know, I'll be open here. I'm not tossing any plot threads or hooks at you for 2 days if you want to do anything. Open world.
I will discuss the things that I'm doing with you later.
This is a sandbox. Or whatever that guy kept saying at Pathfinder.
We're in
Oh,
a
you
desert.
mean
It's a
where
sandbox.
it wasn't actually a sandbox.
Yeah. Except this is actually a sandbox.
Yeah.
So,
I kept snickering after that.
I know.
I get it. It's a desert.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't there, who didn't watch my video, he kept saying, "This is a sandbox. We're in a desert." That was the. It was a module, so it was super linear.
I have actually kind of a cheese question
Okay.
because I want to see if this actually works. All right, we have that cloak that no one has been wearing that absorbs all earth damage taken as health. Makes you take additional damage from air damage equivalent to 11.
Yes.
So, if I put that on and hit myself in the face with my sword, would that work? Because I can do earth damage.
Why are you hitting yourself in the face with your sword?
Because it
Free
does
health.
earth damage.
Because it's a big heal.
Yes. No, I'm half joking. I just want to see if it actually. I wouldn't do that. I just want to see if it actually would work.
Yes. I'm trying to come up with a lore reason why it doesn't, because that's stupid.
I know it is. When you take damage, you just try and go. Ugh, all right, I feel better now.
Oh, thank God.
No, you have to use an attack round on yourself.
Well, yeah, but oh no.
Okay.
That's still an
I
awesome
say,
heal.
yeah, I mean, what you essentially do is say, okay, I voluntarily get hit.
Yeah.
Power attack 50 million. Whoosh, I am full health.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
That's broken as hell, which is why I'm like trying to figure out how to not make that work. Wait, I've got it. It doesn't. We're inventing a brand new special rule that
Okay.
damage that is converted to a type, such as weapons that do elemental damage, does not count for absorption effects. Or, yeah, that.
Why don't you just
why wouldn't you say? Why would you say
can't
it doesn't
do
work that way? Because that
self-inflicted damage?
nerfs a bunch of other stuff.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way. The cloak was specifically designed without the intent of hitting yourself.
No, well, the reason being is unless either of you two wanted, I was going to go ahead and try and trade or sell that.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoops! I just noticed I have the ship name still up here. Bzz.
I'm looking for a new black cloak. Only I don't want black. I'm gonna go. I want something bright. I'm looking for an orange cloak, like a burnt orange cloak.
Okay.
You can have any color you want as long as it's black.
Yes. You go ahead and find such a cloak. Totally not totally mundane, totally unmagical.
Really?
Looks really cool. What enchants do you want on it?
Let's see. What stuff am I lacking in?
Let's see. Let's pull up a random loot generator, shall we?
Let's
See what we generate. Okay, so it is... Oh, this is the crap one. No, I don't want... I hate treasure generators that include art. No.
Oh. Yeah, we had that problem before. We get a generator that would give us 50 million different types of art and gems and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, that's great. No. You stupid thing. Okay, so here we go. Here's the loot! Hang on.
Ooh.
900 gold! Is that seriously all you're doing? Come on, be better than that. Okay, remind me what, Expeditious Retreat does.
Makes you move fast.
Alright, you find a cloak that makes you move faster, temporarily.
Don't
At least
want
I think
cloak
that's
that
what it
makes
is.
me move faster temporarily. I can teleport.
Oh my god, I hate this thing. Isn't there a loot generator that isn't garbage? Okay, here we go. Let's generate this medium. Go. Okay, so you get a... Oh! Okay. You find... we'll give you a selection. So, float...
I already do that. Sort of.
hang on. Float, poison resistance. Slow? That doesn't make any sense. Light generation. Improvement to your charisma. Or...
I'll go with the...
Hang on, I'm gonna keep going until I find something else that actually looks like it's worth a damn. There's a lot. I've gotten like 4 improved strength in a row here. 5. I'm not improving her strength. Screw you.
I'll take the Cha improve.
Yeah, screw it. Okay, so it is a charisma improvement of 3, which would cost 6,000 gold off the top of my head. I'll look that up real quick.
Is that a modifier or is that an ability?
Modifier, plus 3 Ka.
Oh, that's a lot more than 6k then.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I used to have this stuff
I
bookmarked.
can't afford something that's a lot more than 6k.
I had a
That's
list
what
for all this.
Essentially, a 6 charisma does.
Oh, where'd all this crap go? Here we go. Okay, what have we got?
I think it's like the bonus squared times 1,000.
Here we go.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be 18 grand, actually.
Okay, you're gonna have to do something that's smaller than that, 'cause none of us have that kind of money.
Yeah, the funny thing is,
I'm
even
not giving you my share.
even a +1 is still about $2,000 on base price. So, instead, you find something that improves your charisma once a day. That'll reduce the price. How much gold do you have?
Gold, I currently have 737.
Oh my god.
I have 3 plat on me.
It was 3,737.
Well, if you want to lose your plat, I can give you some. But otherwise, I can't even think of anything that's in the 700 range. Let's go ahead and...
Well, the cloak that you destroyed forever ago that increased my deception by +8 only cost me 300 gold.
Well, I was on crack.
No, you've just changed your pricing schema.
No, I'm just using... The problem is I don't actually have a baseline pricing schema. Because it doesn't actually exist. And D&D's own is actually inconsistent with itself, which is irritating.
We normally use Pathfinder because it actually has a table that says this is exactly what this costs, and you can build specific stuff into it.
We're also in a war zone, and prices are going to be inflated.
That is
Yes.
actually quite true. You're also under siege, like, on all sides, basically, except for the west. But, let's go ahead and try and figure out something here. Okay, so what do we got this?
You can figure it out later.
No, gotta do it right now. Right now.
No, it's 9:49.
It's earlier than I thought it was. Alright,
Gee,
whatever.
way to make me feel worse.
You want to, so you want to buy a cloak, we'll figure it out later. Snarg, are you doing anything for the next
That's
2
not
days?
necessarily a cloak.
Yes. There is one person I would like to seek out. It is actually a gnoll that I had an encounter with a while back, who was the first one who introduced him to the fact that geomancers actually exist.
Ah, well, I'm going to do a roll, and hopefully it will be a good roll. Oh, excellent. He's alive.
She. And that's something really weird happened.
Well, see, now we're going to do another
I also have
roll.
a few things I need to sell.
Wow, you were just getting super lucky with these rolls. Not only is he alive, he's actually in Alja, Lima, which he basically shouldn't be. We'll say he's on rotation right now.
Right. It's actually she, but yeah.
She is on rotation right now. She's in town. There's basically there's a quadrant of Alja, Lima that's was student development, which is kind of abandoned when the war hit. And that is now the Gnolls and Kobolds region, and they've kind of, you can tell, you look over there and the colors suddenly get different, and there's lots of plants and stuff, you know, very distinct Gnoll aesthetics in the area, with a little bit of, you know, Kobold in the arcing silvery cloth that they've got hanging here and there, that kind of a thing. And so you go over there, and she's over there, and she is actually resting at the moment, sharpening her sword. She's
Okay.
Snarg, hey.
Hey, haven't seen you in quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm curious. What do you? Oh, are you here to enlist? I mean, I haven't seen you since you left the tribe.
No. I just got back, came in that thing, point to the airship looming over.
Oh wow, you're actually
What place
serving on
are
an
we in?
airship now. Alja, Lima.
How do you spell that?
AL-JALIMA.
We just call it Al for short. They call every single town here Al for
I was
short.
gonna say most of them have the all. I describe the culture of that too. So so what are you doing here? I mean, why are you visiting? If you're not rejoining the tribe, then what's up?
I was like, remember all those years ago? I mean, we catch up a bit before this, obviously. But,
Well, yeah.
you know,
It's just hey.
remember all those years ago when you were showing me all the cool geomancer stuff you were learning?
Of course.
Look, I found it. I can do that too.
What?
Yes.
You
Wait,
couldn't
hey,
even.
What do you mean by that?
You couldn't even put 2 rocks in the right pile when you were that age. Oh my god. You remember the time when we were like, okay, we need you to bring back 3 eggs, Snarg? Okay, and you came back with 6 rocks. Remember that?
No.
I'm pretty sure that was, yeah. And then there was the one
Oh.
time where we asked you
I
to go and see
I
what
think
you
you're
could...
remembering someone else.
No, hang on, let me roll my... Oh, that's a 20. It's definitely you.
Wait, so I can make up offense too. Oh.
And and that event we don't talk about. And there was that one time we tried to describe Valsenval to you, and you just kind of glazed over and said,
No,
sounds cool.
I got that too.
Oh my god, you actually understand Val... Hey, high five.
Yeah.
Now, Snark, you need to like go into epitome about what Valsaball actually is.
Well, hey, after like 4 rolls, I did eventually get it.
A very basic understanding.
So there's a ball, and it goes around, and it's great.
And then this guy called Valson comes down.
And she's just like, right, roll deception.
No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, but you met that guy.
Yeah. No, but essentially, Lasker said, hey, since this is manifesting now, since you've obviously been practicing this for a while, at least I hope you've been,
Yeah.
can you show me how to use this? Because it just seems to happen almost randomly.
Oh, of course. And she'll spend some time, and by that I mean 2 days, working with you, trying to practice and refine how that works, helping you to select your commands rather than it happening, and making it easier for you to manifest it. She also explains what geomancy actually is, which is actually separate from the elemental ley lines, because you're not actually accessing the ley lines when you do that, but you are accessing the elements, and nobody's actually sure what the actual difference is, but it is clearly a distinction. And most skilled geomancers and people who have studied this say that basically you're reaching into the core of the world in order to bring up whatever the world chooses to manifest wherever you are, and they're not really sure why that's so distinct from the ley lines and other magic, but it is.
Okay. Well, we'll obviously... Oh, hello, Bo. We'll spend the 2 days doing that. Actually, would I be able to trade off that cloak during that time, or do I need to...
You can do...
spend my
Yeah,
time doing
we'll do inventory sorting, probably off camera, in all honesty. Just
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah, I have
Well,
like
that's-
3 things I need to sell.
Yeah, and I need to find a standardized list for prices. Guido, in general, is there anything you want to do over the next 2 days? Other than strut about your awesome frickin' ship and check to make sure the brass is shined?
I'd be looking into upgrading the rooms, actually getting, I
We need
guess,
to figure out how to
decorations
pay
and
the.
stuff.
We need to figure out how to pay the crew members.
Yeah, they're not
who are
being paid
currently
right
not
now.
being paid.
What? I got enough money to pay him. All right. Well, what's the monthly wages for all of them?
Monthly?
Or I don't know how often they get paid, but
Well,
bi-weekly,
weekly.
I don't know.
I said 50, right, sis?
No, that's what my guy is looking for.
Yeah,
For
so in
my
other words,
thing.
that's standardized is what the point of tossing that number is. So it was 50. So each of them should be making 50 or more gold per week.
All right.
Wow.
And how many?
We have 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's 15 crew at the moment. That will obviously go up. You can go above 50 if you want to reward anyone for excellent service or whatnot, but 50 is what I would usually consider minimum wage for the jobs they're doing.
All right. Well, I can get that for now, but we're gonna have to find something else to kind of pick that up.
I will.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to spend some time seeing if I can find some potential jobs.
Okay. I will have a list ready for the next session because we're gonna be cutting off here soon, if that's not obvious.
Yeah.
But get some potential jobs. Do you have a preference on that? Like, you want any job that pays, or high-level jobs, or jobs that might not be normally available, or jobs for the government specifically, which is a totally different category, that kind of a thing. The last category would basically be military operations that paid.
At this time, I would shy away from military jobs.
Okay. No one wants to get involved in the war. I don't understand.
We do have an airship.
isn't. Yes, we have an airship, but it's not very fast and it's not heavily armored.
We could transport
And-
things.
Right. So that's more what I'm thinking, like cargo runs, or
Okay.
dignitary transport, something like that.
Okay. I'll throw together some specifics and pluses and minuses for you on that.
I would
I'm
also
gonna go get
ask.
Guido and Snarg, Alja Lima passport visas.
Good idea. That's not an issue since you already have connections to the governor and his
And the guard
and his
leader.
major domo. Yeah.
Yeah, the dude at the front gate who got it for me last time.
Yeah.
Whatever
See.
his name was.
I came up with it at the time. So you guys have passports now. Go ahead and note that if you want it. It is specifically Alja Lima passports, so only places that are recognized as Alja Lima territory will recognize that.
I need you to generate me a random elf name.
Male or female?
Female.
One female elf coming up. Regular elf, right?
Yeah.
One female elf. I do have elf.
You
names.
cannot use
Elicitel or whatever that's called, or Artheria.
Lorthalis.
how do you spell that?
Lorthalis. Would you like a clan?
Yes.
Lorthalis of Silent Blade.
How do you spell silent? S-I...
Lent. So why did I generate this random elf?
So that I could put a name on my Alja Lima visa.
Oh, nice. Are you two putting your real names on there?
I don't see why not for this one.
Yeah, unless Z has a reason why we shouldn't.
I just brought them
and-
back in their names.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that'd do
works.
us more good than harm in a place where we've essentially got recognized.
Yeah.
Hey, it's you, Snarg. What's your passport say? Oh, Mister. I didn't realize you were a Burun. I'm so
I
sorry.
lost weight.
And that
I mean,
you might want to start
ribbons.
shaving because
it's a skin condition.
it's a skin condition that sprouts fur over your entire body.
Yes. I dived into a bath of Rogaine.
I am so
He's-
sorry.
He's a really tall banderling.
Oh, of course, of course you would say, and there's some like mite name for Guido, and he's like,
He has a condition too. Just screw it. They're actually fake. Punch. This is just a lot easier.
Let's go ahead and chop it off. I can tell everyone's getting tired.
Hold on, but before you kill it,
What's up?
I'm also going to task both the quartermaster and the bosun with seeing if they can find jobs.
Okay. Well, that will change things a bit, and I will definitely do that, and then I will laugh maniacally.